Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's Camille Prosperity out of Savannah, Georgia. Hello, hello, hello. It's been a while, guys, but I just wanted to jump on really quick. I have no real plan. This is just an informal, like, I want to talk to the fam, I want to talk to my peeps type video where I wanted to just answer a few questions and give you a few updates on what is going on and just share kind of sort of a hodgepodge of everything that's been on my mind regarding some of the emails, DMs, and communications I've had, both with people that are not my students and then other people who have signed up for courses, signed up with me in certain courses, the Telegram support chats that we have. It's just a lot going on, right? We are in November. Can you believe it? We're in November of 2023. That means this year is about to wrap up, and there are some people who cannot get out of this year fast enough. It's been a rough year for many people. And so I know that you're eager and anxious to get to 2024, but let me tell you this. If you do not do something different, next year will look exactly like this year. So let's talk about it really, really quickly. Also, let me tell y'all this. Oh, and as you come in, please, please, please tell me where you are watching from. The streams always go much, much better when I have interaction from you guys. You guys give me energy. I do live for a reason. It's because I want to connect with you. Otherwise, I could just record a video and upload it, right? So if you like the lives and you want me to keep interacting with you in real time, then please interact with me once I am on. Another thing I want to say, let me see, I want to thank y'all. I want to thank y'all big time because my channel, I am consistently inconsistent. um, and nonetheless, you guys are still watching the videos to the point where I am 60. I just pulled up my metrics. I'm 60 people away from hitting 40K on my channel. So thank you guys so much. In the last month, I've gotten 181 subscribers. That's not too bad considering the fact that I think I only did 4 videos and they were super random and sporadic. So thank you guys so much. Keep sharing the videos. And if you're new to this channel, please subscribe. I would love to hit 40K really, really soon. I'm only 60 away. And go back and watch other videos because the videos I'm seeing that you guys are watching, they're pretty much the same videos. And while I'm grateful, it's just the tip of the iceberg. So you guys like the video with me on my porch with the brown book, the USC book. Y'all love that video. Y'all eat that up. And then y'all did a few credit videos and then my health and wellness company that really started all of this. That has some videos too. But guys, I have some major gems, some major jewels in my other videos. And those videos don't have as many views. And I'm telling you, it's information in there that could help you. I do this. I don't just recommend you do this with my channel. I do this on other people's channel. As a matter of fact, I think I was up last night. I didn't go to sleep, y'all, until after my son went to school today. So I stayed up all night long on this guy's channel, just watching videos, some of which were 2 years old because he had such great information in it, time stamping it, making notes and things of that nature. And I'm telling you, the guy, he has a membership. He has a consultation. His consultation fees are like $350, $500 if you need to see him before, because he's booked up for the next 2 months. So this is a very knowledgeable guy who has been in the game for 10 years regarding some legal stuff. And I love his videos. But I don't jump in his inbox and say, hey, I don't have the money for your consultation fee, but I really need you to speak with me. I don't go on his channel and in the comments put down below, I can't afford the university, but I wish I could. No, I just consume what he has for free. And no matter how long it takes me, I just am putting together the pieces of the puzzle as he has laid them out. So I strongly advise you, do not discount the free content that somebody has put out there simply because you think you don't have the time. You're going to pay one way or the other. Either you're going to pay with money or you're going to pay with your time. And if you don't have the time, then you better have the money because you will have to pay them to curate the information and give it to you in a way that you need for your particular situation so that you don't have to scrub their whole entire channel. Does that make sense? Of course it does. Hey, love of Tay, what's up, girly? How are you doing? How have things been? Let me see, 60. I'm just gonna timestamp this, y'all. All right, so now what I want to talk to you guys about is the fact that, gosh, have you guys been seeing in the news lately, all of the stuff coming down with a lot of these gurus that have come up in the last few years? I mean, we have gurus are really, really finally getting it, because a lot of people have lost money this year. Y'all are not here for it. People are financially strapped. So if they've bought into any courses or programs and they felt like this person completely scammed, I mean, they are reporting people to the FTC, and rightly so. We got DJ Envy and Caesar Pena with the real estate stuff. Big Business, Mr. Big Business, he had a real estate issue. Janae out of Jacksonville recently has come down on the fire with credit repair. Ashley is pregnant in jail, right? And I hope that none of you guys have been victims of those. Hey, Kreider. Oh, Kreider said, had to say hello. I'm in transit. You know what? Thank you for saying that. Okay, StreamYard is at. No, you're fine. Okay. I guess it will. All right. I haven't used my computer in so long. I think it's like, who are you? All right. D. Kreider said, had to say hello. I'm in mobile. So yeah, if you guys are driving, don't worry about it. I just like the interaction. So if you're not driving and you can't interact with me, please do that. So yeah, a lot of gurus right now are under fire. Guys, I myself have paid for stuff and not paid handsomely, by the way, and not gotten what I paid for, been yanked around, had somebody tell me it's coming, bear with me, all the excuses in the book. Meanwhile, still having an attitude that people are doing chargebacks. It's a horrible feeling when you pay your hard-earned money, your hard-earned cash, especially for something that you really want, that you think is going to take you to the next level, and you don't get it. I will say this, I bought a lot of stuff, and I usually get people for quite some while before I give them my money. So I don't have a whole bunch of bad experiences, and I've definitely never been scammed out of like 10 or 20, 30, 40, 50, even 100,000 like some of these other people. Usually I just buy small, what I consider small courses, 1,000, 2,000, 5,000. 5,000 is usually my max. And overall, I watch people for long enough before I hand over that type of cash that I've never had an issue. And sometimes you can do business with someone and have all great experiences, and then all of a sudden they just go rogue on the biggest purchase you make. It's really, really weird. A lot of times scammers don't scam you initially. A lot of times they scam you after they've built up your trust and already delivered in other areas, and then it just takes one bad transaction though for you to be like, you know what, I'm out. I'm out. Um, who was it? Oh, there's this girl right now. She's on YouTube and she's really good getting people a lot of results with I'm not gonna say what. She's getting people a lot of results with what she does. But when you go to her websites, there's a lot of people commenting that they paid for consultations, never got their money back, are not getting responses to the email, and on the date and time that they booked, she didn't show and they haven't heard from her. So although she is effective, and although she knows her stuff, and although she has a lot of testimonials, it seems like she's a hit or miss when it comes to actually operating in integrity and delivering on the promise. So I just wanted to warn you guys, be very, very careful with whom you do business. If you see something like that and you still purchase, it is a roll of the dice whether or not you're going to have a good experience with them or a great experience. Some people just want the results so badly, they're willing to risk the money and the probability that the person may not get back with them, on the hopes that if they do and they get the result, it was all worth it. But just know that that is a gamble. Another thing, the bigger the promise with the less effort, the more likely it is a scam. What do you mean, Kim? I mean, like when you look at the DJ Envy and Caesar Pena, situation, the returns that they were promising on the real estate were unbelievable. It just mathematically sense. A lot of people did it on the strength of DJ Envy being a celebrity and them trusting in the basically social currency that he has built up, coming on the Breakfast Club every single day. And that's why they signed up with Flippin' MJ. But you got to think about it like this, you guys. There has to still be some meat left on the bone. If they're promising you these huge returns, like, hey, give me your money, and in like 3 to 5 months, I'm going to give you 30%. 30% is a lot of return on investment. And you got to start studying different industries and seeing what the industry average is for a return. Like for the stock market, you're doing great. 10% doesn't sound like a lot, but it really just depends on a lot of times people who are the big players in the stock market. They have a lot of capital, so they might easily have six figures. So 10% of $100 is nothing, right? Too much. But 10% of six figures is a totally different thing, right? So when you know these industry averages, it becomes a lot easier to tell if somebody is scamming you. Does that make sense? The Love of Tay said he's internationally now saying to do international funding and discharge it off. It's iffy, but I know I've had an okay experience before. Okay, Tay, you got the message. Me, who you talking about? I know I don't want to be a Bessie person and put people's names necessarily on my channel. But girl, go to hellokimilly.com, and then that's going to link you to my social media profiles, and DM me the name of who you're talking about, or email me the name of who you're talking about. I think I know who you're talking about, but I want to be sure I know who you're talking about. But guys, yeah, so with Flippin' MJ, he was promising this huge return, and basically all you had to do was give the money. And he was like, we're going to do all the work. We know how to do this. And very rarely does that happen, guys. Sometimes it does, but usually when it happens, it is in circles. It is in small clubs, niche areas where people know each other personally. Like Bernie Madoff, he was able to scam so much money because he oh, hold on. Tay said no, read the message before that one. The message before that one was Kreider saying it was a mobile transit. Are you saying Kreider is doing internet? You're not saying Kreider. Maybe a message didn't come through. I don't know. But guys, like Madoff, I've looked at a lot of stuff on Madoff, and what he was doing, he was going to these highfalutin parties, and he was in the Jewish community. That's a very, very tight community, and it was largely word of mouth. He had gotten some returns for other people, and okay, I think this is you. I see what you sent me on IG, Tay. Okay. Okay, gotcha. Let me all right. Let me follow you on IG. All right, cool. I got you, sis. See, I love people that know how to follow directions. But yeah, if you're promising me this is a big return that's outside of the industry average, and I basically have to do nothing, it's probably a scam. And why would you do that for a complete stranger that you met online? It just doesn't make sense. I would do that for my sister, my mother, my sister, my brother. I would do that for a family member. I would do that for a friend. If I had a high level skill where I knew I could make good money, I would offer them a high rate of return and say, hey, you just give me your capital, I'll do the work, and you can eat off of me, because I have a personal relationship with them. But I wouldn't randomly, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, if I knew that I could make money hand over fist in real estate, I wouldn't come on YouTube or social media and be like, hey, just give me your money and I'm going to give you 40%. I got the skills. I've done it before. No, I'm not doing that with random people. Why would I even put myself in that position to where somebody who's unhappy can be like, oh, she's a scam after 1 week of not getting their money back? It just doesn't make sense. Savvy people don't move that way. So I'm just here to tell you guys this. I have dealt with these mentors and these gurus before, and by and large, I've had a great experience. For example, Danielle Leslie, she was one of the first high ticket items I bought. Her course from scratch, cost me what, like $2,500? It was a little bit less than $2,500 back in 2018. And at the time I was like, oh my gosh, this is so much money. This is so much money. But her results were undeniable. She was emailing me all of the time with student testimonials. And I knew that I had something to share, but I needed to know how to organize the content and deliver it to people in a way, package and deliver it to people in a way that they could digest it. And I thought that Danielle could get me there. And y'all, when I say I was broke as a joke, I did not have the money for her course, but she had a payment plan. I took a leap of faith. I bought it, and I only had enough money for the first month's payment. So I literally started consuming the information, staying up late, 12-hour days, listening to all her videos, taking notes, doing stuff, getting it wrong, trying again, getting it right. And in that first month, I made 100% return on my investment for the first month's installment. And I got my second month's installment by implementing the information that I learned in the first month. Are you following me? But if I didn't jump into her course and actually learn the information and then do, it's learn and do. If I didn't learn the information and do what she said, I would not have had that second month's payment. And I think I had to do like 4 installments. And every month I paid the monthly payment for that course using the information that she taught me in that I learned the month prior to that. Does that make sense? So it was a good investment. And that was 2018. And guys, let me tell y'all this. Shout out to Danielle Leslie, because since then, she started her course on Teachable. Excuse me. Baby, I paid for that course one time, and she has consistently updated the course, updated the platform. She moved from Teachable to Kajabi like 2 to 3 years ago. And most recently, like within the last few weeks, she moved to Member Up. And she always sends out emails saying, hey, we revamped the course. We have more stuff for the, I paid her one time. And since 2018, she has consistently delivered updates, new information, and done things so that I'm just like, this chick is bad. I want to be like her. It's really, really great what she has done. I just sent them an email to get access to the new platform. And within 24 hours, boom, they're like, hey, thanks for being a great member all these years. And again, I'm not paying her a monthly fee, just one time. So I say that to say this, just because you don't have the money for something, if you really believe in the person and you are going to do the work, find a way to make it happen. Find a way to make it happen. But buying the thing is just the first step. There are way too many people that get a high off of buying stuff and don't go through with it. You don't want to be that person. Nothing works until you work it. But there are an influx. That was 2018. There were very few people selling courses like that. In 2020, it really took off and just got way out of hand. So y'all, do not be too quick to buy stuff from people out here just wilding out. I'm telling you right now, for me, a red flag is if I see somebody cursing too much. Do I curse? Yes. But y'all, I don't be online like this mother effer. I don't do that ghetto fabulous stuff. Because to me, if you come online conducting business like that, then that's probably how you conduct business. Okay. I'm not going to email your customer service and have you be like, stop sending emails back to back to my customer service. Just wait for us to reply. We gonna get you. Yeah, I don't do stuff like that. That's not how I roll. So if that's how you roll, granted, you can conduct your business however you like. But for me, I will not be doing business with you. Some people like, oh, I like her. She keep it real. I don't know when keeping it real became like keeping it raunchy. But if you like it, I love it, baby. CL Abor. I'm so sorry. I'm hacking this name. Oh, CL. See? You trying to be starting something. You got to be starting something. Trying to be starting something. He said, like, he or she said, like, those people doing 1099As on YouTube and setting you up for failure. Boy, it's so funny you say that, because the guy that I was listening to last night, he has a free group. So that's another thing, guys. Take advantage of people's free YouTube videos, and especially the older ones. If the information is timeless, if it's timeless information, then those older videos, when people first start out, a lot of times they're giving away all the game because they're brand new, they're excited. A lot of times when people are on for a while, they start to restrict, draw back, and just, they've gotten beat up and bruised a little bit, so they don't say as much. A lot of times they don't want to piss the algorithm off and different things. But this guy is really, really good, and he has a free group. So I went into his free group, and it's so funny because CL, they were in his free group, they were blasting another guy online who does the 1099As, and he makes it sound so simple. But every time somebody's in the comments asking him a question, he's like, sign up for my university. And I'm just saying to myself, these people ain't looked at a bit of case law to see what happens to people doing these 1099s. And some of them don't know the difference between a 1099A and a 1099C. They ain't reading no case law. They ain't reading no laws. They're just going based on what somebody says. And I understand right now that times are desperate. People need money, but people are really just jumping out there, putting themselves in very vulnerable positions. And these online gurus, they're not coming to court with you. They ain't coming to court with you when you get that summons, when you get and they're not doing time with you. So you said a whole word there. Oh yeah, Taste, I sent all of it to you. Let me know what you think, or if you'll do a deep dive into it. Them deep dives be tricky because people be coming for your head when you deep dive. You know that, right? They be like, you want to mention me? Blah, 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 blah. And man, let me tell you something. In this age and stage of my life, I like to sit on my porch, drink my tea, and watch the sunset. I ain't got time for no internet beefs. So I'm usually not a deep dive person, except for like in the privacy of my little groups, meaning like my Telegram or my like safe spaces with my students or people that I know I can trust. Does that make sense? I very rarely go too deep on YouTube. He be coming for your head, and I ain't got time. Hey, what's going on, Jay? He said 1099 is gonna send you directly to jail. That and a whole bunch of other stuff. I just see people saying stuff all willy-nilly. And Jay, like right now, I'm learning about equity, subrogation, trust law, tort law. Like, we're gonna get into this. Y'all, I told y'all I don't have a plan for this. It's gonna be a little bit all over the place. This is gonna be a long stream because I want to give you guys updates, news, all that type of stuff. But yeah, a lot of this stuff will send you straight to jail. And it's so funny because people will say things like, I did this in this amount of years, but I don't want you to tell me about it until you've actually, like, if you haven't paid taxes X amount of years, don't tell me about it until you survive an audit. Because a lot of times you touting those claims just means your butt ain't got caught yet. And is that really something to brag about? So, y'all, I just want y'all to really be careful. Because there are so many more better things you can do with your money than just give it away to somebody. And I'm telling you guys, a lot of these people, they got a slick tongue, they look real good, they are easily relatable, and they're leveraging their influence on social media to make you give over your income. But the red flags are often there. Your red flags may be different from mine, but for me, if you're cursing too much, if you let me tell y'all this, I'm gonna be real honest with you. Even if somebody has done you dirty, if you come online and you're going too hard in on them, that's a turn off for me too. It's like if I'm dating you and all your ex-girlfriends were trash and they were this and you never were wrong, while it very well may be true, how you articulate that to me lets me know, I ain't fooling up with you. Because the minute you tired of me, you're going to be dogging me out just like this. Does that make sense? Does that make sense to y'all? So I started to notice with certain people, there's two types of gurus out here. There's some people they are straight about their business. You can count on them to come on every Wednesday at 10 a.m. and do their YouTube live. You will find out that they're having hardships in life once they've surpassed the hardship, and they're now using it as a lesson to tell you how to go through your stuff. But there's other gurus who are like, I'm just going to be real. I'm just going to be transparent. And when they constipated, every damn part of their life, and it's exhausting. When they mad at their churn, when somebody did a chargeback, when they VA quit, this, that, when they system down, when they partner stole from them, when this, they get online and call you every name but a child of God, and y'all out here, all y'all want is for me to tell you, well, what about me? And it's like, well, hold on here now. You're the one who elevated yourself in that position because this stuff comes with responsibility. Let's be clear. When you say you want to help people, there's a responsibility that comes with that. And guess what? A large part of that is the audience ain't gonna care about you. They don't have to. Now, there's going to be some outliers, some people who jump in your inbox when they see you haven't cut a video and be like, hey, you don't know me, but I watch your videos. I really care about you as a person. Haven't seen you in a while. Just want to know if you're good. And that's a beautiful thing. But your audience doesn't owe that to you. That's why a lot of times when I be going through ish, I just go ghost. Y'all just don't see me. Y'all might inbox me and be like, are you still alive? I'd be like, yeah, I'm going through, girl. But I just go ghost, and I only operate in my smaller communities where I feel safe. But because I'm not going to come online and be like, my son going through, my son this, and he getting bullied at school, and my grandmother just got out of the hospital, and y'all just need to wait. That's none of y'all's problem. That's none of y'all's business. So you gotta be careful with the people that you're dealing with and how they relate to you, because there's too many times where I see keeping it real goes wrong. So I look at stuff like that. If you get a chargeback and you like, I'm gonna show the screenshot, I'm gonna show their name, I'm gonna put them on blast. You don't know why that person charged back. You don't know what they are going through. I have told you guys stories about how customers have done me dirty, but I've never once revealed the person's name. Now, commenters, yeah, I revealed their name because they already put it out there. But if it was a private transaction, like somebody talking to my DM and we just had a disagreement, I'm not trying to have you go after that person. I don't know if that person is mentally ill. I don't know if they just lost their child, their mother, their brother. I do not know what made them act that way, and I'm not trying to compound their pain or anything like that. Everybody's at a different space and place in life. And I try to give people grace. And if I share stuff with y'all, it's usually from a place, and I hope you agree with me. If not, you can tell me, but it's usually from a place of me telling you, this is what this life looks like. Here's how you can learn from it. All right. The Levitate said the way they operate is blocking you as far as they go. I'm looking at your thing. Okay, hold on. Oh. But this is the thing. It's 1,000 US and 10% success rate, but you have to be a part of the private banking. All right. So yeah, be real careful with that, Tay. This whole consumer law, debt, discharging debt stuff, it's really, really funny, y'all, because a lot of these people, they do know their stuff. Some people don't know their stuff at all, and they're really just selling you pipe dreams. They're taking other people's testimonials. That's why I like it when people give me a testimonial, put in there Camille. And put in there there's something that identifies as me. But people really think about it. How many thousand do you need to live a month? For a lot of people, if they got 5,000 a month, they're doing good. Now, I think if you got 5,000 a month for nothing, except for getting online every now and then and telling lies and making stuff sound easy. And to me, it always blows my mind. Like, I will come up here and I will speak truth. I will tell you you have to put in time, effort, energy. Nobody will pay. No, I'm not going to put that out there. Sorry. I just listened to Your Word is Your Wand. So, Kim, you know better. But not as many people will pay me as people that will pay the other people. That's like, all you have to do is, up there sound like Miss Cleo. It's amazing to me. And these people in these groups where they want you to give you 1,000 and they're telling you that you're going to get, I don't ever tell you you're going to get nothing, because I don't know you. And I don't know what you are going to do. What did I just say? When I bought Danielle Leslie's course, I immediately went into, I got to make this money back mode. If I had not done that, I would not have had the results. There are some people who bought her course and they didn't make all the payment plans and they went into collections. Their story is totally different than mine. But I don't make promises, because a part of it is what I deliver to you and a part of it is what you do. So especially with this legal stuff, and what you're going to find is that a lot of these people have never been to court before, because they're like, all you have to do is tell the judge this and you tell the judge that, and then they're just going to drop your case. And that crap don't work like that. Not at all. If you've really been to court, then you respect the process more. Like, they have had us as slaves, and we volunteered to be slaves for so long, and they have gotten so comfortable with us in that role that they don't want to let us out, even when the veil comes off of our eyes. So if you think that, you can sprinkle some magic words on the judge or get a magic template, you's a damn fool. And I just got to tell you that's the truth. Jay said, let's get deep tonight. Jay knows he's been to court and he has fought. He said, that's a fact. And I agree. I know you agree, because you know exactly what I'm talking about, bro. Jay fought, and he really, some people just be out here wilding. And guys, what I'm really on right now is studying natural laws and the principles and the root and the spiritual side of all this stuff, because this rabbit hole goes deep as a mug, and you cannot do dirt and come out with your hands clean. You cannot be out here operating just all for self and think that you're somehow going to be rewarded. And all this ish catches up to you. So Jay legitimately has something on his credit that should not have been there, and fought. He shouldn't have had to fight. He shouldn't have had to do anything but tell them, get this off, because I didn't do it. Somebody stole my identity, and it should have been done. That wasn't the case. Jay had to fight, and this young man was in his early 20s, okay? Early 20s, fighting identity theft. And they told him no, every which way. No, you can't do it. You don't have a case. Jay did not let up. Found a consumer protection lawyer in South Carolina, took Santander and some CRAs to court, won $60K. And that $60K was his share after the lawyer was paid. Won $60K. By the way, when you win in court, that money is tax-free. And Jay is doing all of that. Why? Because he was consistent and persistent, and he went to conferences. He didn't just sit at home begging people, hey, you'll help me out, I don't got no money to pay you. No, he got his butt in the car. Young man. So y'all don't let anybody tell you that these young people want something for nothing out here. It's some of them, like my little brother Jay, who are getting it, and they're getting it good. So again, not only do you have to have the information, but you got to put in the implementation, guys. Do not get got by these gurus out here. Watch them. Watch how they deal with other people, because how they deal with other people is how they're going to deal with you. And right now, the only gurus that I'm following are ones that I want to build a business like. There are some gurus, like I said, they're going to come, they're going to give me the information. They're not going to have an attitude. They're not going to be putting me all up in their personal business. They're going to be professional. And if they ever do speak negatively on an experience, it's going to be from a place of learning. Those are the people I buy from. And that's how I keep, and if you ever do get got, guys, some lessons you have to pay for. But you can learn from everybody. Either you're going to learn what to do, or you're going to learn what not to do. It's all good. Just don't make the same mistakes over and over again. HOA says, listen, okay? I'm preaching to the choir, right? Because we've had a lot of these people spring up lately, and that's what it is. Now, speaking of needing help, I got to tell y'all this. All right? Put the work in, and I'm telling you right now, The people who know the information that can help you, oftentimes they have put in a lot of time, a lot of hours, a lot of sleepless nights. Nobody owes you anything. Going back to the supernatural laws, you got to understand input determines output. There is a law of sowing and reaping. You should never, ever ask somebody something for nothing. It is not good. I know that y'all are going through hard times. In some areas, I'm going through hard times myself. But I don't expect anybody to give me something for nothing. And you should not. And I gotta let y'all know this. When you expect that, you are looking really bad in the eyes of the person who wants to help you, that you're asking help for. Okay? That might not be your intention. You might not mean no harm. You might just be trying to get help. But it's not a good look, because it shows how self-righteous you are, so to speak. Okay? And some people, I know y'all are going to say, but Kim, what if you don't have the money? If you don't have the money, again, then you need to sit your butt down and invest the time to do it. Nobody owes you nothing. If somebody has put in 2,000 hours of studying a topic to become proficient in it, and they're out here and they're sharing information for free, and you jump in their inbox and say, I really need to talk to you. What does your sense of urgency does not have to be their emergency. And when you present yourself that way, guys, it is honestly offensive. So I'm going to say this. I have had some people apparently go to hellokimili.com, and instead of clicking to do a consultation and pay me for my time, they totally bypass that. And just go into my social media profiles and send me a private message saying, here's my situation. I really need your help. Call me. Screw me. Y'all, that is not good at all. Please do not do that, because you're not operating according to principles and laws. And let's just put it like this. If you don't have the money, do you have a skill set that you can offer somebody? There's not ever, not ever have I had a person say, hey, Kim, I see that your YouTube lives go really, really long. So I took the authority to go ahead and chop them up into little reels, and I put them in a Google Drive for you. Here you go. By the way, could I talk to you about blase? Because guys, I guarantee you, if you did that and you did a good job, not a crappy job, if you sent me a Google Drive with my video sliced and diced, and you had some B-roll footage and some audio, and I would be like, psh. If you delivered a product that was worth more than my consultation fee, do you think I would be like, my office hours are and my consultation fee is? No, because and this is how we used to do business, y'all. We used to barter. We used to say, hey, I don't have what it is you say you want, but I got this. Will you accept this? We used to be creative. Where has that gone? And I'm going to be very, very honest with you. If you do not have something to offer someone, you don't deserve the help that you're requesting, because no one owes you anything. Not damn person. Jay said, we have hunger when it comes to this information. Fight has never been easy. Don't listen if someone tells you that it is. Thank you. You have to want more for yourself. Yes. And you have to play the long end game. Okay. I am willing, guys, to spend countless nights and countless hours listening to stuff. Sometimes the guy that I'm listening to, he says the same story over again. And I'm like, all right, I've heard this, but I don't sit up there and complain and post on his YouTube channel. Stop rambling. Stop this. No. If I have to listen for 3 hours to get 3 nuggets, then so be it. That is the price I have to pay, because he put in the time and he gets to deliver the content on his channel however he wants. I got people on my channel commenting, you talk too much. Then I got other people saying, you didn't go deep enough. Screw me. Last time I checked, last time that I checked, I wasn't on your payroll. This was a free service that I was doing in my own spare time when I could have been doing laundry, dishes, spending time with my son, watching The Mentalist, talking on the phone, whatever. So how dare you come on my channel and tell me how to do what I'm doing? And you ain't got nothing to offer, because when I click on your name, ain't damn thing there. Been a member since YouTube. I've been a YouTube member since 2008 and ain't did nothing. But you got all the ways to tell me how to do my, I was about to say my job, but this isn't my job, but how to do my stuff better. HOA said, correct. Yeah, so I'm telling you guys, I know your child may be in jail. I know you might be about to have your car repoed, but it is a very bad look when you get in somebody's DM and you, and I'm gonna tell y'all this, and if you listening and you are the person that did this and you get offended, oh well. But I had somebody message me at 11 o'clock at night. They did a whole paragraph about their situation, and they were like, "Call me." And then like 10 minutes later, they actually called me on the through the chat. I was like, "What?" That better have been a butt down, because what if I'm asleep and you wake me up and you like, yeah, Kimberly Prosperity? No, you never spoke. Like, how do you even introduce that situation? Like, I know you never spoke to me before, but I was hoping you would wake up out of your slumber and counsel me for free, despite the fact that you have a consultation free. I mean, I don't even know how that goes. You got to watch that stuff, fam. And the quicker you learn about equity, being right, being just, offering something when you want something, and establishing win-win relationships, even in the face of not having what the person initially asked for, you're going to find that you're going to get so much further in life. And if you make this a regular habit, don't just do it in business sense. Do it with your husband, do it with your wife, do it with your children. Offer something that they want to accept. If you incentivize people, be creative. But Kim, I don't have nothing to offer. Well, then just sit down and learn something. Then come bring that, damn it. Because this is ridiculous. We all grown. HOA said, listen again. Okay? It's really the truth. And I got to tell y'all this, because I'm thinking that you're not coming from a place of maliciousness. I'm thinking that you really just never had anybody tell you it before. And if that's the case, then let me be that person for you, sis. Let me be that person for you, bro. But it's not a good look at all. Okay? So stay out my day youngs. The next thing, guys, if you've ever bought a course from me, right now I'm putting into place some Telegram groups. I already have one for the dropped calls course, and actually someone asked a very good question in there, because I want to see, have you gone through the materials yet? Have you hold on one second. Support. Yeah, I want to reconnect with the people who have bought from me. I want to see, did you ever go through the material? Because I know for a fact there's been tons of courses that I bought and I never went through the material, or I only did 25% of it and then I stopped. And it only took one email from the person who created the course to say, hey, where you at? Here's what I see as your status in the back office, for me to be like, oh shoot, let me get back on that. Sometimes we need a little nudge, right? And I want to do that because I know the information that I share is good information. I know that it's gotten some results for a lot of people. If you doubt what I am saying, all you have to do is go on over to hellokimberly.com, and I actually have a testimony vault on there where you can look and see what people have said about me regarding many, many different things. But I already have a Telegram group for the drop calls course. I have a Telegram group for the Amazon store. And I'm telling you, Tay, Tay said, have you heard of Derain Delevante? Of course. Tay, want to be starting something? You got to be starting something. Want to be starting something? Got to be starting something. Too hard to get over. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Derain Delevante from Jamaica. Yeah, I heard of him. Into who? Let me see here. let me see. I want to do bam, bam. So, Jay. JC, yes, I'm okay, son. Thank you. Jay, don't make me laugh. See, I'm about 20 years older than you, so you don't know about being so old that you can't laugh without coughing yet. But it's horrible. Jay said, okay, continue with the live. I'm done asking questions live. Yeah. We'll talk in the chat, Tay. We'll talk in the DM. Yeah, we'll talk there. Anywho, my testimonials, where they at? Oh, this like different things. So when you come to hellocamille.com, if you haven't been here before, it's a great place to be. That's how you can connect with me. But like say if it's a credit, there are different ways that people have found me. So say you found me through the credit information, right? You can click on the Credit Crushers tab, and then from there is a testimony vault. My computer is loading up very, very slowly, so sorry about that, but it will get there shortly. Wait, isn't there? Yep. So when you come to, I was like, I know I put it on here. So yeah, when you get to the Credit Crushers tab from hellocamille.com, oh, I was like, why do I have my Amazon storefront here? It's because I have a list of the legal books that I am reading, and credit books and resources, very, very valuable. A lot of people say, what are you reading? How did you get this information? You definitely want to go to my Amazon storefront and click on that list and buy the books from there. Okay. But if you scroll down, here are the credit testimonials. I don't have any problem sharing with you guys my stuff, right? What people have to say about me and all of those things. So definitely feel free to check that out. Let me, I'm sorry, I stopped the screen share. Feel free to check that out because it's very important, guys, that you kind of, yeah, here's the testimony vault. You can come here, scroll at your leisure. I've been doing this for a while, so I have testimonials about all types of stuff. Yeah, you can check it out. If I've helped you in any way too, sometimes it's not even a person who paid me for a course or a mentorship. Sometimes it's people that have just watched my videos and they're like, dang, Kim, just from your free information, this is what happened to me. Guys, send me those testimonials. Go to hellocamille.com, click the email tab, and then let me know. And if you don't mind, put my name in your testimonial so that when I add it to the wall, hopefully that'll dissuade somebody from stealing it and acting like they produced that result. But yeah, you can come here, check this out, because everything from, there was one young lady who I told her about freezing the secondary bureaus. And once her son did that, he was able to finally rent an apartment because the eviction wasn't seen. And there's just all types of things. Self right here. Very proud of this young lady, Meredith Brown, Nurse MJ. She is a nurse. She and I have been in connection for a few years, and she recently bought a home this year. She recently bought her first home, and she just shouted me out. I have helped her with building her credit. One of the things she used, by the way, guys, is Self Builder, right? Fault. I forgot that. But yeah, one of the things that she used is the Self Builder. And y'all, I love Self. A lot of people say, oh, I don't really like it. Why? I don't know. That's their thing. People have different reasons for different things. But I will say this with Self. If you do not have the money, and you can go to my YouTube channel and just type in Self Better Body Crew. It'll come up. The video that I did on Self going into detail will come up. But this was one of the things that I used to build my credit. I was on a cash only system, no credit cards. Nobody would give me credit for anything after my divorce, y'all. My credit was completely destroyed. And Self was one of the things that I did. And I talked about this at length in my Credit Crushers membership. Self was one of the things that I did to build my credit back up. I think I did it for like 2 years, and they automatically took the payment out of my account at the end of the 2-year span. They gave me back all of my money minus a small administrative fee, but that was a positively reporting trade line on my credit for a very, very, very long time. And guess what? Self also has a referral program. So even though I completed my self, what do you call it? My self agreement long ago, guys, no lie, I literally just got a $10 referral check this month from somebody watching my YouTube video, clicking I don't even know who the person is, but thank you. But they clicked my link and they signed up for a self account. And I every now and then will go to the mailbox and have a self referral check. So when I tell you, and as you can see right here, Nurse MJ said just by using self, her score went up 161 points. Guys, that's nothing to sneeze at. That is, I don't know about you, but that's nothing to sneeze at. Now, will your score go up 161 points? Probably not, only because there's a lot of different things that play a role in how high your score will go up. And again, I talk about that in the Credit Crushers membership. Okay, there's a lot of things that determine your credit score, so you need to understand that. But shout out to Nurse MJ. And again, if you've never done self and you need a credit builder, once you clean up, do not put lipstick on a pig, y'all. Okay, if your credit report is trash right now, don't think you're going to get self builder and then do a dang old thing. You need to clean up the back, get that bad stuff off of there first, and then you build, because you want to build on a strong foundation, not a shaky one. So don't put good trade lines on top of bad ones. Does that make sense? I hope it does. I really, really, really hope it does. Okay. So yeah, if you want to know about self, just go to YouTube, type in, and you know what? When I finish this live, I will actually put my self referral link in the description box so that you don't even have to search for it, okay? Jay said, you helped me out a lot with building credit. I will always tell you that. Oh, thank you so much, Jay. That means a lot, especially coming from you. I really, really appreciate it. Kassan, will you come on the light over here, please? Since the sun went down, it's getting dark. So yeah, now I'm going to totally shift gears right now, since we are talking about self and referral fee. Oh, actually, sorry. You okay? Oh, before I shift gears, let me tell you guys this about, yes, I'm okay. Thank you. About your credit. It is breaking my heart right now. I knew this year would come to pass because there was a lot of money flowing around in 2020, and everything that comes up must come down. Again, study laws, study principles. And this year, a lot of people were hit hard, myself included, with just not having access to funds like we did before. When you work for yourself and you're an entrepreneur, as am I, whatever affects my customers affects me. When y'all have more money, I make more money. And conversely, when y'all don't, I don't make as much. So trust me, I get it. I will tell y'all this though, and one of the things that I spoke about in the Credit Crushers is that sometimes we're just so lost in the sauce and we're so stuck in our mess, we cannot see the forest for the trees. The trees for the forest? How does the saying go? Anyway, we just can't see what's right in front of us. And let me tell you guys something right now, because there's been a lot of people who their credit has gone to hell this year, and they've missed payments that they did not have to miss. And one of the things that struck me in the Credit Crushers when I had the 4-week mentorship was just how many people were like, I never even thought of that. I never even thought of that. And I'm telling you guys, do not get one of the hardest things. I don't care what nobody out here tell you. One of the hardest things to get removed off of your credit report is going to be late payments. You do not want to F around and find out with no late payments. Okay? Because they do have the right to report late payments. And if you have gotten them off before using a letter, great. That does not mean that they didn't have the right to report it initially. That means that you could have had lucky timing. Your letter could have been really good. You could have got a nice a VP who was in a good mood that day. That means any number of things. But there have been far too many people who have tried to get late payments removed, and you can quote 15 USC, whatever you want to quote, baby, and that late payment will still stay on there, because a lot of times, guess what? It's legit. It's legit. And you cannot be wrong and strong when approaching these people, knowing that your butt done been 30, 60, 90, 120 days late, and then write them a letter and be like, I saw so-and-so on YouTube and he said you can't report late payments. And then I read 15 USC and it said it too. Knowing good and dang on well you did not read that thing in its entirety, because had you read it, you would know that's not what it said. And then y'all are still sending these letters to these people, acting all wrong and strong and indignant. So take it off my credit report right now before I report you to such and such. And they looking at it, balling it up and playing basketball with your letter, like, the nerve. The nerve. So you know what's the easiest way to get a late payment removed? To never get one in the first place. Jay laughing at me. Let me tell y'all right now, do not F around and find out what these late payments. Put it on automatic deduction. Now, I ain't gonna lie to you. As an entrepreneur, my money be funny sometimes. Sometimes I feel like a nut. Sometimes I don't, right? There have been months when I've cut a video every day. There have been months when I did. Hey, y'all remember last year there was like a 7-month span. I didn't cut not a damn video. Sometimes I feel like a nut. Sometimes I don't. So my activity determines my income. Sometimes my money be funny, my change be strange. So I don't mess around with automatic deductions. I'm going to pay you based on when I'm going to pay you. So automatic deductions, automatic payments, that's not my thing. But if you have a good job and your income is stable, you should definitely have your stuff on automatic payments. But on top of that, I will tell you this, still watch the automatic payments. Because I know somebody who had their stuff set up on automatic payments and it was fine until it wasn't. It was fine until her card, you know how the card, every 2 years or so, it changes and then you get issued another card. And she had never had a problem with her payments until the card changed over and she forgot to update the CVV code. And it was just a really fluke accident. So even if you have automatic payments set up, still check your ish. Still check your ish. Especially if your credit card payment is only like $20. Okay, if you have it automatically deducted for the $20 to come out, what's another $20 payment every month or whatever? Just to make sure that you're good. Y'all, I have a Google Drive document where I have my credit cards listed, and they're listed based on the time of month that they are due. So, and I have that saved to my browser. At any point in time, I can open up that document and see what's the minimum payment due? What was the last payment I made? And it's hyperlinked to the login page. And the login page is automatically set to auto log me in because I have LastPass that I use that I've talked about before. So everything is really super convenient. But y'all are making your lives so much harder because you don't know your password enough. What's the email again? Okay, I forgot my password. Do you know how I get in? Yeah, there's a handy dandy thing called Forgot Password. It's a handy dandy link called Forgot Password. You click that if you forgot your password, right? Then they say put in your email. Then you put in your email. And then when you go to log into the email because you forgot your password, you find out you forgot your password to your email. Come on, man. What more do you want from me? So you forgot the password to the account. And then you forgot the password to the email where they sent the forgot password link because you forgot the password to the account. What more do you want from me? If y'all don't set up LastPass for free and save you some frustration, literally in less than 5 minutes, I can go through all of my credit cards, all of my trade lines, automatically log in and get a snapshot view and know exactly what I need to do when everything is. And in that time, you guys will still, some of you will still be trying to log into one account. And you will do the same thing every single month. That's the thing that blows me. We ain't talking about something that happens once a year, once a quarter. No, we're talking about every 30 days. You sitting up there like, what's my password again? Okay, I think I know it. Now you locked out and you got to wait 24 hours. And that's the reason why you were late. We got to make our lives easy for ourselves. Jay said it be like that, but it doesn't have to be. You should only have a problem one time, maybe twice, but not 57 times, right? So find what works for you. For me, it is my spreadsheet. I know they got apps for that, but I like my little Google Drive spreadsheet. It is what works for me. Auto draft works for some of y'all. That does not work for me. Nothing wrong with auto draft. Just doesn't work for me. But I will tell y'all this too. I advise you call every one of your credit cards and ask them how frequently can you make a payment. That's one of my secret, y'all. When I have gotten on hard times, I know, like with my Wells Fargo, I can pay them every day. Wells Fargo will take a payment. So forget the due date. How many times can you pay? So let's say you have a credit card and believe it or not, there are some people let's say they got a $500 minimum payment because their credit line is that high and they use that much. They have a $500 minimum payment. Well, $500 might be a lot to pay at one time. But if you have a card like Wells Fargo, like my other Capital One card, and you can pay them every day, then that means instead of paying $500 on the due date, you can pay, I don't know, what, $125 once a week. That is more digestible. That is more palatable, right? That's easier to manage than coming up with one lump payment. Now, there are other cards, you can only pay them. If you make a payment, you might have to wait another 14 days before you make another payment. So you want to call, and especially if you have credit union credit cards, those are not as easy to manage as a big name credit card like a Wells Fargo, like a Capital One, like a Chase. So call your cards and find out, hey, how frequently can I make a payment? Because I know there are some cards, like say you have a $200 payment. If you have $10 in your account, take that $10, put it on the pay on toward the, just chip away at that monthly payment early on. So now instead of $200, you got $190. Let's say you get another $25 from something. Okay, put it on that card if you can. And now instead of $190, you got, what is that? 165? Is that? I'm not a math buff, but you know, if you start chipping away at that minimum payment, and there are some people who are like, oh, I didn't even think about that. Oh, I didn't know you could do that. Because in our mind, what's on that paper is what stands. This is my due date. This is how much is due. And that's it. That's all we are thinking about. And so I'm telling y'all, if you have any type of money coming in, if your light bill, I can almost guarantee you that if you are paying your light bill and your electric bill, you have money to pay your credit card bill. But it's the way that you are thinking about it that is screwing you over, because you should never, ever pay money from your bank account off of your debit card, right, to a direct vendor. If you're getting groceries, why not? Let's say, because some people are like, well, I had to make a decision between food and my credit card bill. Did you really? Because sometimes you're just not thinking about it. Let's say you need $200 for groceries and your credit card bill is $100, but you only have $200. Am I doing this right? Yeah, let's say you only have, let's reverse it. Let's say your credit card bill is $200 and you need $100 for groceries, right? Yeah, let's do that. Your credit card bill is $200. That's the minimum payment. But you like, I got to feed these kids. I need at least $100 to go to the store right now. That'll get me 4 apples. Anyway, if you want $100 to go to the grocery store and your credit card bill is $200, what is that total, class? How much money do you need? And we will not proceed. Shall I proceed? Yes, indeed. No, we are not proceeding until somebody drop down in the comments a number. If you need $100 for groceries, but your credit card minimum payment is $200, how much money you think you need? Somebody tell me. We can sit here all night. No, I'm just playing. I know it's a delay. But tell me how much you think you need. Jeopardy is not the same without Alex Trebek. Tay said $50. Tay. Wait a minute now. Oh Lord. Son, bring me my water off the table, please. She got me cracking up. Where you get $50 from, Tay? I did not expect that. Somebody else guess. If you want to go to the grocery store with $100 and your credit card bill is $200, how much you think you need? Thank you so much. You fine. Thank you. Huh? Can I get one more guess besides for the love of Tay? But thank you for your participation, sis. I want to know where you came up with that number, though. Tay, like, screw it all. I'm getting some hot pockets, and that's all I can do. All I can do is all I can do. She said, I'm sorry, all the excitement threw me off on calculator. Law. Okay, well, I'm just gonna go ahead and tell you. I'm going to go ahead and give you the answer to the test. The average person, if they have a $200 minimum credit card due and they need $100 for groceries, the average person is going to say, I need $300, right? Because they're going to calculate 200 plus 100 is 300. So if they have $200, they're going to think to themselves, okay, either I can get this with this $200, either I can pay my credit card and not eat, or I can go to the grocery store and put $100 toward the credit card, which still won't satisfy the minimum payment. So I'm still going to be late anyway. So I might as well not do that. Fine. I'm just going to let the credit card go. And I mean, I have to eat. I'm just going to let I'm just not going to make the minimum payment. And I'm just going to take this $100 for food this week. And the other $100, I'll just hold on to that for whatever I need. But that's wrong, y'all. That's wrong. Because one of those options should have you really only need $200. Even though you have $300 in responsibilities, you really only need $200. And this, again, let me tell y'all something too. I'm not talking to the rich folks out there, okay? I'm not to the people who like, you should be making more than a minimum payment. Well, I'm talking to the person right now who's not against the wall, it's through the wall. And they are robbing Peter to pay Paul. And times is hard and they got to make do. Here's how you make do when times are really, really hard. You got to change your way of thinking about stuff, okay? And you got to get creative. So if you only got $200 and you got a $200 credit card minimum payment and you need $100 for groceries, here is what you do. You take the $200 and you pay the credit card. You satisfy that minimum payment. Why? Because the easiest way to get a late payment removed is to never get one in the first place. And then within 24 hours, what is going to happen is, and again, you're not paying it on the minimum date. Hopefully you're paying it on the day before the minimum is due, because you called the credit card in advance, like I just advised you, and you said, how many times in a statement pay period can I pay on this credit card? Whether they tell you once a week or you can pay every day or however you can pay, that's what you're going to find out. So if you know you want to go to the grocery store on Thursday, then on Tuesday or Wednesday, you pay that $200 minimum payment. And now, because a credit card is a what type of trade line, class? It's a revolving trade line. It's not an installment. Revolving means once you pay it down, that available credit is going to be released back to you. You got that? So once I pay this $200 on the minimum payment, for easy math, I'm just going to say within 24 hours when the payment posts, $200 is now going to be available to me. Now, if you're over the limit and your credit card is really, really bad, it might not be a full $200. It might be like $150. But regardless, it's a revolving credit line. And as long as that installment, that revolving, not installment credit line is in good standing, you're going to have some available credit. Now you go to the grocery store with that credit card. And I know you're like, but Kim, you're maxing it out again. Hey, this is just a survival tactic to keep yourself afloat so that you don't have a 30-day late. They shut the car. Because let me tell you what the alternative is. And this is what a lot of people are doing right now. They're like, I don't have enough money to pay the credit card and pay this bill. So I'm just going to pay the bill because I need food. I need lights. I need internet. I'm just going to pay the bill. The hell with this credit card. And then what happens is nothing's going to happen on the due date. Nothing is going to happen on the day after you didn't make the payment. But within 30 days of not making that payment, you're going to have a 30-day late. Once that 30-day late shows up on your credit report, then you can go on YouTube and look at my video about the universal default clause. The minute you have one 30-day late with one credit card, all your other credit cards are going to be like, uh-oh, blood in the water. She late over there with Capital One, so it's only a matter of time before she's gonna be late with us. You know what? Let's go ahead and let's go ahead and get ahead of this and shut her account down. So now you're starting to have a domino effect. Instead of one 30-day late, you now have one 30-day late and another revolving credit line that has a notation on it, closed by the creditor. And if you have any other credit cards, guess what? They're going to do the same thing. Closed by the creditor. What does that do, class? That affects your utilization. That affects your credit history. That affects a lot of things. That affects your credit mix, because a lot of those credit cards will fall suit, and they are all what? Revolving lines. So probably the only thing you'll be left with is your card note. So you'll just have one installment line and then a bunch of revolving lines that are closed by the creditor, along with one 30-day late. Because remember, there's a late and then there's a 30-day late. They ain't the same. If your credit card payment was due yesterday, November 8th, and you pay it today, was it late? Yes. Do you have a late fee? Yes. Is it on your credit report? No. Nobody knows. But once that mug hit 30 days late, oh, it's going on the credit report. And all of the other creditors are going to be like, blood in the water. Blood in the water. Is this making sense to you? Is this helping you out at all? Because I see people taking money in their account and they're like, I can't pay everything. So I'm just going to, they will literally take money out of their bank. They will pay AT&T for their internet out of their Bank of America account and let the credit card go by the wayside. And it's just like, why didn't you pay the credit card and then with the available credit, pay the internet? Now you satisfied. Oh, I didn't think about that. Y'all can tell I've been broke. Because your girl know how to wheel and deal up in this thing. This chair is squeaky. But seriously, does that make sense to you? Do you know what I'm saying? I hope so, because this is a really big problem right now. And because a lot of people do not understand credit, they are taking money that they could be using to satisfy their debts, and they're paying these credit repair companies that basically are going to make you go into default in every account that you have. And that's going to be what they use as leverage to negotiate with these companies. And on top of that, they're going to charge you maybe a monthly fee for their services, or they're going to charge you a percentage. And you guys have got to look at this. I was speaking with someone about this the other day, and they said, what do you think about this company? I never heard of the company before, did a little bit of research, and I saw that the percentage that they charge for their services is based on the original debt amount, not the amount that they negotiate down. I ain't like that. Because I said, well, hold on now. And they thought that the fee was $50 a month. But I said, well, here on their website, it says they're going to charge you 12 to 15% of the original debt amount. What does that mean, class? That means if you have, hold on a second. That means if you have credit repair, if you have $50K in debt and they negotiate it down to $20K, they're going to charge you 12 to 15% of what? Of the $50K still. That's their fee, not 12 to 15% of the $20K that they negotiated it down to. That's a substantial difference that you need to think about. Because again, they're really not doing something that you can't do. They're doing something you don't want to do. And that convenience of having them do it for you, it's steep. When you think of, again, and I said this before in other videos, a lot of people that use credit repair or debt solution companies, they often find that within 12 months, on average, 12 to 18 months, they need those services again. Because if you do not get to what we talked about, principles, laws, strong foundation, if you do not get to the root of your problem, you're going to keep experiencing those symptoms over and over again. And the root of the problem is that you don't understand credit. You don't understand a credit report. A lot of times when you truly understand that, it unlocks the key to a lot of things, even when the money is not coming in, because you know how to wheel and deal in a certain manner. I want y'all to get this, because this year we are seeing it come to pass where a lot of people who are not even guilty. Maybe you didn't even get a PP loan. Maybe you didn't even get a ELD or whatever. Maybe you didn't get all the stimuluses. Maybe you didn't get all that stuff, but you're still paying for the people who did. Because money was flowing so freely back then that they have to pull in the reins right now. And so there are a lot of people that are being affected and seeing it play out in these rising costs. It doesn't matter if you lost your job or you still have your job. A lot of people who have not had any interruptions in their employment are still feeling the pinch because the cost of living on so many fronts have gone up that their dollar is not going as far. So it's having a trickle-down effect on their credit report. But it doesn't have to. Guys, I'm telling you, you're either going to pay to learn this stuff or you're going to pay for your ignorance. And guess which one is more expensive? Ignorance. They make income off of our ignorance. So I want you to understand that. These credit repair companies, a lot of them are charging you up front. That's against the law. But these debt consolidation companies, what they really do is they put you in a worse situation to put you in a better situation. And it's not nothing that you couldn't do on your own. So be really, really careful of that, because I'm seeing a lot of people that hide their head in the sand until they can't anymore. And now they're trying to make a rash decision real quick because things have gotten so bad. And I don't want that to be you. I don't want that to be you. Also, before you do business with any company, make sure you go to Google Scholar or something of the like and see if they're involved in any court cases. Go to the CFPB, look them up, FTC, all of those types of things. HOA said, or laziness. Now, I'm not gonna lie, basically that is what this boils down to. I don't like to use that word only because words have a certain feeling associated with them. And I'm not trying to call people lazy, but at its essence, yes, that is what it is. Because I guarantee you that a lot of people are like, Kim, I don't have time to do all that. I guarantee you they probably know what's going on with Basketball Wives, Real Housewives of Potomac, or something like that. I guarantee you that if I were to look at their phone and look at their YouTube viewing history or the apps on their phone, there's probably a game that they're playing or a show that they're watching. And in place of doing that, they could be researching this stuff. So yes, HOA, you are right. It boils down to laziness. And that's not pretty. That's not nice to hear, but that is the fact. And I'm not saying that you should never watch you say, you feel me? Yeah, and I'm not saying that I don't watch those things. How you think I know those names? I watch those shows because sometimes my brain needs a break. The stuff that I listen to is very heavy, and I would go crazy if I only listened or watched those things. But I don't think you should be all business all the time. And likewise, I don't think you should be all recreation. If you're in a bind, Nate, if you're in a pinch, you need to do something, you need to have self-governance, self-discipline to actively, consistently. I don't care if you say you only got 30 minutes a day. The compound effect of doing something, of listening in to something for 30 minutes a day over time is going to be much better than if you had 0 minutes a day, if you did it for 0 minutes a day. So people have got to understand that. Now, going back to making money, because ultimately, no matter how creative your thinking is or anything like that, you still need money. You still need Federal Reserve notes. You still need plata, dinero, right? Efectivo. You still need these things. So how do you do those things? Guys, nothing is going to be overnight. Let me go ahead. Again, this is an updates thing. Some of the ways I'm making money, it's going to be funny, but y'all don't even know that this channel originally started as a way for me to promote my MLM. I'm in a health and wellness MLM, have been since 2015. A lot of people have messaged me, are you still selling the juice and berries? We'll just call it that. And I'm like, yeah, I absolutely am. And believe it or not, I have people that I don't like the building aspect of MLMs for everything that I just said earlier in this live. A lot of people are lazy. A lot of people want the result, but they don't want to put in the work. A lot of people have excuses, and that drives me crazy. But I do think the MLM is a great way for you to learn the psychology of people, sales, methods, systems. I am definitely grateful for my experience with MLM because it taught me a lot. It taught me how to identify time wasters. It taught me how to talk to people. It taught me how to custom tailor my message to the people that I desire to speak with. Okay. And even today, I am still in my MLM, but I'm mostly focused on just serving my customers. So I have customers who literally have been buying the same product for me since my son was 8 years old, and he's now almost 14. That's a long time. And so all I do is just take the commission from those checks. And when I was, pedal to the metal in my MLM and I was making like good money, I took that money and I didn't buy designer bags or get new lace fronts and lashes. No, I took that money and that's what I would buy a lot of the courses that have taken me to the next level in. So I strongly advise you, start an MLM. The best way to start is with a job. Do not be one of these fools out here. It's like, I'm gonna quit my job and give all my time to my MLM. Because if you do that, one of my MLM mentors said, if you can't do MLM on part-time, then you're really gonna screw it up if you try to do it full-time. And that is true. Sometimes it is the fact that you have a job and you only have 2 to 3 hours after work to work your MLM that helps you. Sometimes when we have too much time, we tend to waste time. So if you have a job and you're like, how do I get something going on my own? Kim, I don't know where to start. Start somewhere. And I would definitely say find a good product-based MLM. And by product, I don't mean tangible only. It could also be intangible, meaning it could be a service. So don't get the word product confused with lotions and potions. It could be a service as well. But find a product that you actually believe in. Okay? The MLM that I'm involved in right now, it has helped me with my health. It's helped me with my weight because I do not eat the best. And despite my bad eating habits, it's not a miracle thing, but despite my bad eating habits, how I've been able to maintain my weight over the last 10 years, I'm definitely thankful for. So find a product that you believe in, because you can't sell anything to somebody else that you don't believe in. And then just work on customer acquisition. Not so much the get two, because guys, that's a pyramid that eventually collapses. Everybody ain't gonna get two. And I don't want you out at Starbucks every night at 7 trying to STP, show the plan. Just focus on getting some customers, and some customers that get a product that is good, and get customers that will buy for you when your child is going from age 8 to 14. And so right now in my MLM, yes, I still do it. By the way, if you want the watermelon tea, I got it. I got it for what, 80? No, it's normally 80. If you want the watermelon tea, I have 2 bags that I'm letting go for the low, not charging shipping and handling. So let me know. The new watermelon cleansing tea is amazing. HOA said, and still a baddie. I know I need to come on camera because people are like, I think y'all think that something happened to me. I've been wanting the focus to just be on me talking to y'all and not having, because sometimes when I used to come on camera, I'd be like, okay, let me do my hair. Okay, let me look like something. Okay, let me put my contacts in. Oh, let me put on a better shirt. And I was getting way too distracted. You would be surprised at how much goes into like being actually on camera. It was starting to get on my nerves. So I just said, forget it. I'm just going to be off camera for a while and just get the video done. But yeah, so I'm still in my MLM. Another thing, guys, affiliate marketing. Affiliate marketing is huge. It is, and none of these things are going to make you rich quick. But if you start and you just focus on getting a little bit better every day, it will be worth it. So I'm also an Amazon affiliate. When you go to hellocamille.com, my Amazon storefront is there. I started as an associate, which means I was giving out my links. So that 15, y'all don't even understand. That video where I'm on my balcony with the blue leather-bound 15 USC book, just from that video, I think that video, last I checked, it had like 500,000 views. And I think like 3,000 of those books were sold through my Amazon affiliate link. And that was good. And Amazon doesn't pay a whole bunch of money. It's a very, 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 very small percentage. But the compound effect, and this is really what I want you guys to start understanding, the compound effect of things over time. You don't need a whole bunch of money. But if you can do very specific activities like cutting a video, once I end this video, guess what? I got some things to do, some dishes. I'm going to list some stuff on Facebook Marketplace. I'm going to make some phone calls. And there will be people who watch the replay today, tomorrow, next month, next year. The compound effect of doing something one time and then having people experience it over and over again. There will be someone watching this video while I'm asleep, while I'm in the shower, while I'm eating, while I'm reading, while I'm laughing, while I'm whatever. I want you guys to start learning how to do that. How to cut a video, tell people about stuff, and then tell them, go on over to hellocamille.com, and then you'll find my Amazon link in there. Oh, you like the Ninja blender that you saw me with? Yeah, it's on my Amazon storefront. You can find the link at hellocamille.com. Having one place where people can go and get everything they need from you. And while you are sleeping, you get an email that somebody bought, or you got a commission here, or you got a commission there. And it doesn't always have to be where you're lying to people to make these $1,000 course sales. Sometimes just a little bit here and a little bit there and a little bit everywhere, compounded over time, is really going to help you out. And I always tell people, start with one bill. Everybody wants to be a multimillionaire overnight. It is sickening and it is delusional, damn it. Start just focusing on your light bill. What if you could eliminate your light bill and then eventually you could eliminate your car note? Work your way up to your house payment. Work your way up to living the laptop lifestyle, which ain't all that it's cracked up to be. But if you start with the little bills, you say, I'm going to become an Amazon affiliate, and this month I only want to make $100 for the month through Amazon. And then you bump it up to $100 a week. That's $400 in a month. There are some people who are literally getting a part-time job, having to commute, put on a uniform, get a babysitter for extra $400 a month. What if you could do that through Amazon? And that is the reason why I have the Amazon course. And in the in my Telegram group, like I just dropped something in there yesterday because I do use Linktree, and they sent out an email saying, hey, Linktree users get bonus Amazon commissions during this period if you click this link. And so I let everybody in the group know, hey, did y'all get this email? It only went out to special people. If you missed it, check for it. And that's what I'm doing in the Telegram. Putting people, making sure they don't miss anything, supporting them because they purchased the course. So I'm showing you right now, again, this is hellocamille.com. If you go to courses and mentorships, you will see right there where you can buy the Amazon course. It's right here, Amazon affiliate course. It's only $47. It's only $47. And Amazon pays on time, just like YouTube. They pay every month without delay. And many of y'all are already sending people to Amazon anyway. What better time to become an Amazon associate or influencer? There is a difference. I talk about it in the course. What better time than right before the holiday season? What better time? So I really want you guys to think about that, because things are going to continue to get worse. And I don't mean to say that from a place of doom and gloom. I'm saying that from a place of every single day you're getting older. You're not as young as you used to be. You don't have as much energy, and you probably have more responsibilities. If you got a kid today, maybe your kid is going to have a kid tomorrow. You're going to go from just being mom to grandma eventually. So you're going to have more responsibilities. You're going to need more money. You're going to want to be there for your family. And your earning capacity with every year that goes by, it's not the same. It's not the same. So you want to start putting things in place right now where you can start getting some passive income, where you can start learning how to use your influence, because we're moving to an economy, y'all, where people are looking at that. You want to start doing some things that get you more familiar with doing things on video. I was looking at a job application the other day and they were saying, hey, upload your resume. And then underneath that, it was like, and in this box, drop the link to your Loom video. We want you to record a 60-second video saying why you're good for the job. I said, oh, okay, look at here. Isn't this interesting? If you've never done a video before, guess what? You got problems, Craig. You're going to have problems. So we're moving to an age where they're really trying to decipher who is who and what is what, who has the soft skills along with, because all these technical skills are not going to be as important anymore because now they have AI. If they hire a real person, guess what? They're going to want you to be a real person. They're going to want to see your personality, personality. And it's not going to cut it for you to be like, I really am good at it. It's just that the camera makes me shy. That's not going to cut it no more. There are more and more employers that are checking out your social media, who you're connected to, what you're watching, what you're doing, what you're learning. There are more and more employers that want to know, what's the last book that you read? What's your plan for this? What you're going to have to start doing more critical thinking. I remember when I got my first job and I walked in there and they hired me on the spot. It was Tara Movie Theaters in Savannah, Georgia. Okay, I was like, y'all hiring? They said, yeah, fill out this paper. I filled out the paper. He was like, can you start tomorrow? I was like, heck yeah. And I was up in that mug. And that's how a lot of people got their first job. Now, my son is becoming of age to where he can start working at Publix supermarket soon. And while that's cool, y'all know I love to shop at Publix. I also was letting my son know, just like you can work at Publix, you can also get your butt on YouTube and start learning Go High Level, which is a system that rivals ClickFunnels. And right now, guys, there are little boys that are 15, 16 years old, and they're doing contracts with local businesses in the area to offer social media services, text message campaign, and they're managing it like either a la carte. Maybe they do the social media management for $200, $500. They really set their own prices, or they're doing an all done for you system where they offer 5 services in one. And these little kids that are literally a few months older than my son are getting $2,000 per person per business. I'm looking at them like, whoa here. Because if you're 15, 16 years old, how many clients at $2,000 a pop per month do you need to live a relatively good life? One. So anything over that, I want you to think about that. And this is what I'm telling my son. You got a choice. You can go to Publix and bag groceries, and there's nothing wrong with that. But just like you can do that, you can get your butt online, use my Go High Level account, start learning how to build websites and build pages, lead capture pages, start looking at the text message feature, the text blast feature in there, and start learning these skill sets that you can then offer to local businesses around the area. And these businesses do not care. When they jump on a Zoom call and they see a kid, sometimes that makes them more attracted to the offer because they know a lot of these kids that are, if they're self-reliant enough to book a call, they're like, oh, this kid has it going on. I know when I see that, that's what I'm thinking. I'm not like, oh, he's a kid. Stop wasting my time, kiddo. No, if you talk a good talk and I didn't even know that you were a minor until I saw you on the Zoom, I'm even more impressed. And this is really, really where we should be directing our children. Why not? Because I had to work in the movie theater. Do I think my son has to work in the movie theater? Absolutely not. It's a totally different era. It's a totally different day and age. And this is how you should be thinking. If my son wants to have a YouTube channel, that's fine. But I don't want him to be on there just playing video games. Oh, guys, look at that. Oh, he's behind in the corner. Oh, he almost got me. I got another one. No. And I know some of y'all like, the gamers be getting paid. Yeah, but YouTube is changing up things with that. And again, you have to have your ear to the news to know about that. But if my son does a YouTube channel, he needs to be on there talking about his most recent sales call, how he did great, how he bombed it, what he learned, showing people how to do things and go high level, and really starting to gain influence, improving his speaking skills, getting comfortable in front of the camera, developing skills, high level skills that he can go out there and offer to small businesses so that he can work for himself and start moving in the private versus the public. What do I mean? For those of you who are studying like equity and all this legal stuff, and you going beyond just consumer protection laws, 15 USC, look at me. Y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. You're talking about not having stuff in your name, putting stuff in the business name, and really moving like these other communities move. Other communities right now are not mad at this economy. They're making more money than ever in this economy because they're able to move and take advantage of things that the masses can't, damn it. We up here trying to still figure out personal credit, and they done moved on to business credit, got $1 million between different entities, and business credit ain't worried about a thing. What's going on, Sil Holmes? Hey, sis, haven't seen you. Said you did a video interview just yesterday. Oh, wow, that's so interesting. If you want, I'm gonna drop a link if you don't mind. And I don't know, this is totally impromptu, but why not? Closed mouth don't get fed. I just dropped the link for you to join the stream. If you like, you can come. You don't have to be on camera. If you could share with us about that video interview, I would really, really love to know. I would really, really love to know. But I strongly encourage you guys too, if you have, if that's the case, why not make it easier for your kids? If they're online, ask them what they're looking up. Don't just let your kids be in their room on their phone, probably inviting in cyber bullies or internet stalkers, you know. Don't just leave these kids to their own devices, and don't make them work as hard as you had to. It's a new day. It's a new age. It's a new era. They should not start where you started. They should start where you left off. Right? Oh, Sil says, sure. Okay, cool. Click the link. It'll put you in the back. And then when I see you in the back, I'll pull you up. And I would definitely love to hear about your experience. I think this is definitely valuable because this is where we are moving to. Okay. Well, dang it. That's somebody trying to get me kicked off of YouTube. You have to deal with this all of the time. And you know what? Wow. Okay, here's another person trying to get me kicked off of YouTube. Ay. So that will probably, that's still click the link to, hold on one second. Kick from studio. Yeah. Wow. You deal with so much on YouTube that I don't know how to cut that out. I'm gonna have to figure out how to edit that out. Sorry for y'all that are live and were exposed to that. It's crazy. But anywho, yeah, that'll be my clue to go. Still, I hope you get the interview. Yeah, I'm gonna figure out how to slice that off. And I've been on here an hour and a half. Thank you to everybody who participated. Hopefully I gave you something to think about. And that's the other thing with doing videos. Like, you will get those trolls. I don't know. This person said, why did I get kicked out? Well, no. You got kicked out because you weren't Sil. That's why. Where's the link? The link was in the Sil, it was right here. It was right above the StreamYard link. The chat kind of goes, you might have to scroll up, but this was the link. So I'll put it there again. that's the other thing. When you're doing these videos, you'll come on and try to offer a service to people or share knowledge, and then you will constantly have to deal with trolls, constantly deal with people getting you off your game, constantly deal with people saying, there are some comments that y'all don't even see because the system will automatically hold them back. Let me see here. 138 trolls. The system will automatically suppress certain comments that have certain words. So sometimes people will just take advantage of you trying to give somebody else a platform. And then, as you saw, the minute you let them in, they put on just stuff that has nothing to do with your broadcast. And it can get you off your game. It can get you befuddled, stressed out. It's just a crazy world that we live in. So, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead. Still hasn't clicked the link, but I hope you get the job interview. You guys, I strongly encourage you. And I know I'm not on video on this video, but I've been on video before. And you guys know I know how to do it. So I want you guys to start getting familiar and teach your kids how. I don't care if you do a video and then you never publish it to YouTube. You can do a video and just have it private, just for you and only you, just to practice, just to figure out. Do you know how many people I help and they want to get better at video? And the first video they do, I'm like, where are you looking? And they're looking at themselves in the camera versus looking at the little black hole that is recording them. So when I am on camera, you guys can see I'm making eye contact with you. Why? Because I'm not looking at me. I'm looking at the little tiny black hole that I know connects my eyeballs to your eyeballs. And that's why it feels like a personal conversation. If you have to do a video interview and it looks like you got a lazy eye, that might be a problem. And if the only reason why that's happening is because you don't know to look at the little hole instead of looking at yourself, then that would be unfortunate. These are things that you want to clean up and you want to know about ahead of time. If you can do an interview and they give you a chance to pick the time when the sun is setting wherever you are. In my neighborhood, that's around like 5:30ish, because that natural sun, and ask them how long the video is going to be. Because if it's going to be an hour, then that'll be a problem, because then you'll go from the best light in the world to darkness, right? But if it's going to be only 30 minutes, then you can tell them, hey, yeah, I would like the 5:30 slot. And then you sit in front of a window and you're gonna look like a superstar, because that's all photographers know this. Sunrise and sunset are the two most beautiful times of the day to be in natural light. And natural light beats any ring light, y'all. So these are things that you want to start, again, getting familiar with, getting acclimated with. If you have to be on a Zoom call, or like if you've ever been to Zoom court, get free accounts for these things, y'all, and test these things out with a friend before you do it. It is crazy to me that people don't do that. Do you know how many times I have a consultation with someone, we're only scheduled for an hour, and because they're not familiar with sharing documents on Zoom, or how the controls work, they can eat up a lot of their time just in me teaching them something they could have learned for free before we got on the Zoom. That's unfortunate, because I cannot stay on longer because you weren't equipped. Or worse yet, let's say you're on Zoom court. Do you know how many people do not know that on Zoom, just because you privately message someone, it doesn't mean the host still can't see? Did y'all know that? So that means, let's just say you're in my class and you want to talk to another student. So if you're in my class and I'm doing a presentation about credit crushers, and you, student A, send a private message to student B like, what the hell is Kim talking about? This doesn't make any sense. She needs to do better. Do you know that I, as the host, can see that message? Private ain't always private, y'all. And it's surprising to me how many people don't know that. So if you're in Zoom court with your ex, and you're sending a private message to them like, you're going to get that ASS handed to you today. You do know the judge can, and everybody else who is a moderator and a host, they can see your message. private doesn't mean private all of the time. So you need to get familiar with these tools. You need to ask people ahead of time. If you have to submit a video or anything of the like for a company, figure it out ahead of time, because ignorance is no excuse. Don't tell them, I'm new to Zoom. Baby, where you been the last 3 years? You sound like a fool. And you don't sound like someone that I want to hire to work with my company if in 3 years you have not figured out that you need to not show up saying you're new to Zoom and use that as an excuse to not do well on this platform. Does that make sense? Does that make a sense? Still say I don't see the StreamYard link. Yeah, it was right there. It was in the comments above. I don't know why, because other people saw it. I had a lot of people come in the back. I kicked them all out after that first person. Hope I am not a video editor, but I'm gonna try to see how I can figure this out. Anyway, thank you all. This was a really long stream. I hope you get the connect with me still. Go to hellocamille.com, click on one of my social media platforms and inbox me, and then we'll see if we can do a whole separate video where I send you the link ahead of time, and that way we both come on, so I don't have trolls and people trying to demonetize me and get me messed up. Yeah, let's do it that way. Just inbox me, go to hellocamille.com, connect with me on social media, and we will do it that way. All right, you all, happy Thursday. Thank you for hanging out with me. I appreciate your time. Replay viewers, I appreciate you as well. We are only 60 people away from 40K on the channel. So y'all like, share, subscribe, watch the old videos. There's a ton of nuggets in there. But if you need me personally one-on-one, then just go to hellocamille.com and book a consultation. People have consulted with me for everything from credit to some people are wanting to know just, how I want to get into YouTube. Can you tell me everything you know about your YouTube channel? I've taken the lead attorney's course. I've taken Kev on stages social media courses. Both of those are great courses. I have a ton of knowledge that I can share with you, a ton of things that I could show you to save you time that would more than pay for the cost of the consultation if you use the things I tell you. So yeah, a consultation doesn't just have to be about credit. It could also be about my YouTube channel. I had a friend, a social media friend this week say, I like how you did hellocamille.com. I want to set up my link tree and use graphics and links and things of that nature too. Can you help me with that? And I told her absolutely. So she and I are going to powwow. She booked her consultation. We're going to powwow a little bit later and get her all squared away. It just depends, guys. There's nothing that I know that you can't learn. All the stuff that I know at one time, I did not know. But there's a cost to that. I spend a lot of time learning this stuff. So if you want me to save you time, you have to pay for my time. But again, it's worth it. I can't share every single thing on YouTube. Otherwise, I would literally not have a life. So just let me know what you need help with, and then we can get you rolling. Some people would prefer to spend an hour with me and then walk away knowing that everything is set up and done versus spending 6 months on their own, still like trying to piece things together in their spare time and losing their frame of mind and not having anybody to ask a question to when they get stuck. So I hope that makes sense. Again, thank you all. I appreciate you so much. Like, share, subscribe. I'll talk to you later.